I don't know if you guys are going to call this parasocial, but the Jynxzi vs. Speed 99-0 is actually cinema. I don't think Speed had played Clash Royale for like 2 years, so the first 20 games for Jynxzi were honestly a breeze. Speed was getting very mad. He actually broke his monitor. Here's a screenshot on the left. Kind of hard to see, but you can see obviously the cracks and stuff. So he actually got very mad, which playing Clash Royale I can definitely understand. After about 20 games, Speed decided he wanted to coach. He thought he was going to get a pro, but Jynxzi decided, well, he did get a pro. Jynxzi decided to give him Bobby, but Bobby was more on the trolling side, so he didn't really help, and he probably honestly made Speed more mad. So I think after about like 25 or 30 games, Speed just decided, give me the pro coach, give me Riley, and he just skipped to 80 wins. And they were just doing triple draft, and obviously Riley, being one of the best players in the world, is going to eventually have Speed winning. So I believe game 86 is when Speed actually won, and Jynxzi now has to get the R9 haircut. If Speed had lost, he got the Hog Rider haircut, which would have been, I don't know, pretty interesting because Jynxzi had gotten it, but Jynxzi is getting the R9 haircut apparently tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see that. And then just when we thought it was over, Jynxzi decided to challenge Speed to a clan war. So the clan war format was your top 3 or whoever you want to pick, 3 people going against each other. Whoever wins 2 games first wins, and they're doing triple draft as well. So Jynxzi got obviously Riley himself, and then Muhammad Light, the 3-time world champion. And then Speed decided to get Ian77, who was obviously a very popular YouTuber and just participated in the CRL that just happened. He got Dominic, who at the time was #1 in the world, and then Jonah, who I don't know too much about. So first game, it was Ian77 versus Riley, and obviously just cinema, just 2 pros going at it. Ian ended up with Hog Rider, so he did end up winning the first game. It was pretty close at the end, but he did hold on. And in the second game, Mo was using a RG deck, and Dominic was using a Golem deck. And to my surprise, and probably a lot of people, Dominic ended up winning. It was pretty close, but Dominic did have a Golem lock on the tower, so he ended up winning. And Jynxzi had to delete his clan. So it took him a while to get leader back, because obviously the people in the clan didn't want to get deleted, but he eventually got it back and had to nuke the whole clan. And all throughout this combined, I think on YouTube and Twitch for Jynxzi and Speed, they had like 250,000 plus viewers, which is just insane. So in my opinion, just like the Speed, my mom kind of homeless, this should get a 10 out of 10 in IMDb movie rating, but we'll see what happens. Also, like I said, I know this sounds very parasocial, and it probably was.